Hello, everybody. Welcome along. My name is Benjamin Bloom. This is the Benjamin Bloom Football Channel. Please leave your bias at the door. And it's getting serious now. England versus Croatia. England in a major tournament. Bring on the nerves. Bring on the chaos. England playing at Wembley today against their conquerors in World Cup 2018. We think the England side has maybe improved since then, and the Croats maybe a little dip. Can England get off to a winning start, which remember, will put them in pole position to face second place third place in the group of death. Anyway, Portugal, France, or Germany. Welcome along, everybody. Apologies, a couple of minutes late, but we are starting a little bit earlier because I figured the chat would be quite strong here ahead of this hugely tense. I can already feel it. These games are so big from the word go in this tournament, aren't they? And a win can do a hell of a lot for you. A defeat and you're not out of it, but hey, it does feel like a very, very big game only 3 days into the tournament. Let me know you can see me, hear me loudly, clearly. We're going to say hello in the chat to everybody in just a second. Let me just quickly plug Patreon, patreon.com/Benjamin Bloom. Get involved over there. You can super chat at any point in the broadcast. First super chatter becomes king of the bin. On YouTube, please like, comment, have your say. Keep that chat going. I normally say leave your bias at the door, but look, come on. I'm probably going to be quite pro-England today, aren't I? And we've been doing this for the tournament. Let's give you a live subscriber number. How many have we got? 17,238 subscribers. Please hit subscribe, ring the bell if you have not already, and we'll hope that number goes up during the broadcast. So I did a video yesterday trying to predict Gareth Southgate's team. I didn't know which shape he was going to use, so I did one team in a 3-4-3 and one team in a 4-2-3-1. Now, I thought Southgate was going to go through at the back here, but he has not. So I got that wrong. But my 4-2-3-1 team that I did predict he would select was only one player out. So not many surprises here. Southgate was hinting about experience, and that's the way he has gone. Let's check out these teams and get your thoughts. Guys, I am urging positivity today. It gets very negative very quickly with England. So let's try and focus on the players who are playing rather than the ones who are not playing. Go figure. It's tournament football. International players are going to get left out. 15 of them, every squad, every game. Let's get behind the players who are playing and try and be positive. There we go. Jordan Pickford in goal. We expected that. He's Southgate's guy. Injury problems earlier in the season, but played well in that friendly, didn't he? Against, who's the first one against? Was it Austria or was it Romania? I can't remember which way around. I think it was Austria first. So anyway, Pickford starts in goal. John Stones was always going to play centre half on that right-hand side. And Tyrone Mings partners John Stones. Again, let's try and be positive. Tyrone Mings does seem to be the collective groupthink's whipping boy for England fans. He is the only dedicated left-sided centre-back who's played in a 2 in an 11th place Premier League team all season in the squad. That's why he's been picked. If you think someone else should have played, then that's fine, but that's why he's been picked. So whether we've got any other players in that position who are better than him, that's irrelevant because they're not here. And he is the one in the squad, whilst Harry Maguire is not fit, that is best suited to that role. It's not a 3 where we would have probably got Cody, Kyle Walker and John Stones over that side, but it is a 2. And we wish Tyrone Mings, as well as all of the other players, the best of luck today. And I, for one, am behind him and hoping that he's going to have a good performance. Right back, Kyle Walker, not too much of a surprise there. He's a proper Southgate guy. But left back is a bit of a surprise. This was the one player I got wrong. I thought Ben Chilwell would play. But for all of those people talking about James Ward-Prowse and set plays, well, that's why Kieran Trippier is in the team, isn't it? He's obviously been given the nod over Chilwell and Luke Shaw as well as the set play guy. And I assume England, who were extremely well prepared for set plays in 2018, have been working on lots of stuff involving Kieran Trippier taking the set plays. We'll see. If he doesn't take the first one, maybe I'll revise that opinion. But that is why I think Trippier is starting in that spot. In central midfield, Jordan Henderson is not ready to go. He's not ready to start. It's obvious, isn't it? So Declan Rice, first choice. And then it was all really between Jude Bellingham and Calvin Phillips. And Calvin Phillips just gets the nod, I guess, a little bit more experience. Remember, guys, this is game 1, half number 1. The team that starts this tournament will not be the team that finishes this tournament, however many games it in and is. And Bellingham will certainly be trying to prove himself. But it is Rice and Phillips, as I suspected it would be. Then Mason Mount, whether he's an 8 or whether he's a 10 today, is kind of up to Luka Modric, really, isn't it? We'll see how far Mount gets up the pitch to support the wide guys and Harry Kane up the top. He's versatile enough. We thought that he would be the choice. Southgate loves him, and that ability to get back into an 8 role better than a Foden or a Grealish makes him the obvious choice for number 10. I think, speaking of Phil Foden, he starts down the right. And I said yesterday in my video, look, it's going to be Foden or Grealish because there's not enough pace otherwise off the front. And Harry Kane is a master at coming short. But if he has Foden and Grealish there, no one's going to run past him. That's not their game at all. So Foden and Sterling, again, experience. And Sterling will be the one expected to get close and to get past Harry Kane. We need the pace in there. The selection, to me, makes sense. I know people will be very pro-Grealish. I'm very pro-Grealish, but we will see. This is the starting point, and if and when substitutions are made, I'm sure we'll see Grealish at some point, but yeah, we need that pace and that Sancho, Rashford, Sterling type player, Sterling at the head. And of course, there's not really much point discussing Harry Kane, the one true world-class player in the England team. Starts up top, Golden Boot winner. Our hopes are with you, Harry, to score the goals. There is the subs bench for England. Henderson, Johnston, Cody, James, White, Shaw. And now, look at the strength of the bench compared to previous years. Bellingham, Grealish, Henderson, Rashford, Sacco, Calvert-Lewin with Maguire not ready to go. I don't know what's up with Sancho. Hopefully he's not hurt. But remember, 26-man squad, only picked 23 for match days. I can see tons of comments coming in on the England team. Let's go through the Croatia team and then we'll get into the comments. As we get closer and closer, we're about 14 minutes away from kickoff. And here are England's opponents. Livakovic in goal of Dinamo Zagreb. The right back, Vršalko of Atletico Madrid. The left back, Gvardiol of Dinamo Zagreb. The two centre-halves are Vida and Kaleta Kar of Besiktas and Marseille. And then is the bit where we start to worry because there's a lot of quality in the front six, isn't there? Modric, we don't really need to talk about. He's along with Harry Kane, the other real world-class player on the pitch. Although he is aging now, Modric, so maybe not the force he once was. Still a hell of a player, 35 years old, Luka Modric. Probably won't be his last tournament with the World Cup being so close. Brozovic of Inter Milan and Kovacic of Chelsea. So Modric, Brozovic, Kovacic, essentially versus Rice, Mount and Phillips. They're going to need some help in there. It's going to be tough against those boys, isn't it? And then Kramaric off the right of Hoffenheim, Rebic down the middle of Milan, and Perisic, who scored in the semi-final, didn't he? The equalising goal, wearing number 4 off the left of Inter. So the calibre of player we're talking about, one from Milan, one from Real Madrid, 2 from Inter, 1 from Atletico, and 1 from Chelsea, the Champions League winners. These are Champions League level players. Let's say it in the words of Mick McCarthy, they're no mugs is the understatement of the century. Zlatko Dalic is the manager. On the bench, Kalinic, didn't he used to play for Villa? Sluga of Luton. There is our championship klaxon. Bradaric, Juranovic, Skoric, Badal, Bracalo, Ivanusic, Palusic, Vlasic, Budimir, and Petkovic on the bench. Safe to say England have more strength in depth, but the game is not played on the bench. The game is played on the pitch. And I repeat, that front six of Croatia, very, very good players. Anyway, I'm scaring myself now. Let's have a look and see what you guys think in the comments. Paul, KP and Rice will need help in midfield, 100%. 100%. We need fullbacks forward and maybe narrow. Mount has got to be able to drop in. We cannot have a big gap then between Mount and Kane or the boys playing inside. Maybe those boys, Foden and Sterling, have to get a little bit narrow. I think when we don't have the ball, it's got to be a compact 4-3-3, 4-5-1 type situation, hasn't it? So, yeah, agreed. Afternoon. Come on, England. Let's do it. England. Oh, yes. Rebic is the danger man for Croatia, the number 17 playing in the number 9 position. Sancho, I'm not sure whether he's got a knock, whether he's just rested for this one. Remember, it's going to be 23 from 26 each game as well. Let's scroll up the comments a little bit more. If there's really negative ones, guys, I'm not going to read them out. Yeah, I'm here for positivity. I take your points, but I'm not going to read them out. I want this to be positive. We knew he wouldn't go with Grealish. Look, we didn't know he wouldn't go with Grealish. We predicted he wouldn't go with Grealish. It was always going to be one or other, I think. I don't think, unless we're chasing the game and it's subs, I don't think you're going to see Grealish and Foden on the pitch together. And come on, we've got this hybrid number 10, number 9 striker who can come short. We need pace to run past him. Love to see Reece James playing. Hope he gets a chance soon. I'm sure we'll see him on the pitch at some point. Yeah, he's too good. Too good, not too great player. What else are we saying here? Defenders on our strongest card at the moment. No, it would look stronger with Maguire and Stones. We'll see if they go to the 3. We're expecting the 3 to be used at some point in the tournament. Players out of position. I think the answer's obvious. I think Trippier's there for set plays. And we should have all taken the hint, shouldn't we? Every time Trippier's come on in the friendlies, he's played left back in the last too, hasn't he? So, look, England got to the semi-finals muchly due to the set plays last time. So I'm sure there'll be plenty of people sitting here if we score another 4 set plays in this tournament and Kieran Trippier takes all of them, who will be very happy about that decision if that's the case. Obviously, if there's problems defensively down that side against Kramaric, then you know what the answer is going to be. But let's be fair. We all know with England that Southgate's held to an impossibly high standard. Unless he wins every game by either 3, 4 or 5 goals, people will moan. That's just the deal, I'm afraid, with England. We'll keep on scrolling down. JH, South African, living in Australia, turning on the England game. Long weekend here to celebrate the Queen's birthday. Do you still do that? Lovely stuff. When's Australia Day? That's in January, isn't it? Annie will take a 1-1. There is still that school of thought. A lot of people would not like to win this group, I know. But look, I just think you've got to get going and you've got to get on the front foot and start playing. Haven't you? Newbie, good afternoon. Good luck to my English neighbours. Thank you. Reckon 2-2 or 3-3. God, that sounds fun, doesn't it? 2-1 England. From Southgate's comments, Sancho isn't injured, but a choice. Same for Chilwell. Yeah, there you go. I mean, you can understand Chilwell a little bit more, getting a bit of extra time. But then, look, Walker, Foden, Stones, Mount were all in that European final situation, weren't they, as well? 2-1 England. Phillips never scores, does he? Look, as long as Phillips is getting on the ball and keeping that ball moving, I'll be perfectly happy for him to just be giving it to Foden and Sterling and Mount and Kane to do the damage up the top. Welcome, Amanda. Jez, where's the Pepsi? Yeah, there's some downstairs. I'm on the water today. It's very, very warm here. And I'm under the lights and generally pouring in sweat by the end of these streams, but we've got to keep the window closed so you get good sound. Fair point on Trippier, Ben, but playing right back. It's not like we have a world-class player to be replacing. Look, yeah, I take that point, Ben. I take that point. I just think Southgate, look at the players he's picked. Pickford, Walker, Stones, Trippier, and Sterling and Kane are all his guys from 2018 with Phillips, Rice, Mount, Foden, Mings added in. He's just gone for the trusted people. And just remember, the team that starts the tournament will not necessarily be the team that finishes the tournament. And we are nearly ready to go. It's nerve-wracking here. Out comes Harry Kane, leading out the England players. Looks really hot down there in London. I've been in Wembley when the temperature's high. Sizzling place at that point. Sterling over. I mean, look, it's not mad at all, Lockyer, isn't it? It's that mad is just totally the wrong word, isn't it? He's put Sterling in for pace. Sancho's not in the squad today. Sancho will get used. Grealish will get used. Otherwise, there's no pace. I think mad is totally overstating it, isn't it? Going to be a tough match. Croatia, top quality. Let's get the positivity going in the chat. Let's concentrate on the players who are on the pitch and their strengths. Phil Foden, Raheem Sterling have just won the Premier League. Harry Kane won the Golden Boot in Russia. Mason Mount has just won the Champions League. Kyle Walker and John Stones have just won the Premier League. Kieran Trippier has just won the Spanish League, okay? These people are good players, and I think they deserve our backing. England 1, Croatia 0. The hot weather will affect the way England play. Well, let's see. Need Kane and Mount to do something for my fantasy. Good luck with your fantasy teams, guys. 3-1 England. Late goals in the heat as they tire. Come on, England. Absolutely. As the Croatian national anthem kicks things off. We are just minutes away from kickoff. It's 1:45 56. It is England versus Croatia. The first game in, what group are we? Group D. I think I'm right in saying. Yeah, the first game in Group D. Remember, the Scots don't play until tomorrow afternoon. It is the remaining Group C games today. As we get ready for the English national anthem, and we'll give the players marks for their singing. Well done, Rice, Mount. Sterling's having a go. Foden looks a bit shy. Go on, who's going to be belting it out? Someone's got to. No Stuart Pearce character belting it out. And those fans in the stadium, great to see them back. And there is Gareth Southgate, the England manager. Good luck, mate, is all I can say. Good luck to you. The hardest job in world football, for sure. The fact we have so many players we think should play shows how good we have it right now. I hope that is the case. I really, really do. Oh, here we go. Let's go through the teams one more time as we're about to kick off. Nervy times. Jordan Pickford in goal. Walker, Stones, Mings and Trippier across the back. Rice and Phillips in central midfield. Foden, Mount, Sterling are the three off the front, with Harry Kane up the top. For Croatia, Livakovic, Rascal, Vida, Kaletakar, Gvardiol across the back. Modric, Brozovic, Kovacic. Stacked midfield for the Croats. Kramaric, Rebic, Perisic. Oh, here we go. Referee is just flipping the coin. Daniele Auzathoth of Italy. We are ready to go. BBC are just banging through the Croatia team. Duncan, loving the content. Villa, Leeds and Brighton fans aside, can't be many who have Mings in front of what. Look, let's just concentrate on who's in the team rather than who's not in the team now. We're literally about to kick off, so those players on the bench are not relevant until they are coming on. Wonder what Sacco is doing in training to warrant a place ahead of Sancho. Look, we don't know. We don't know the strategy, do we? And we don't know about training, but let's take that as a positive that he's done well in training. And we are looking like we are ready to go. England in white, Croatia in black. The Euros for England is about to kick off. We'll give you a timestamp, hopefully, after 1 or 2 minutes. As England get ready to take the centre and indeed to take the knee. You can see some applause in the background. I'm glad that's out of the way now after all the waffle about that on social media. And we can concentrate on the football. And we are off. England versus Croatia. England's first group match against their World Cup conquerors has kicked off. I normally say, please leave your bias at the door. Today I say, come on, England. Throw in to the Croats in the right back position. Rascal takes it, nodded down and forward into Rebic. And lots of 50-50s, bit messy start there. And Mings in the end knocks it out to Sterling. Trippier in that left back position. Mings to Stones. To Walker, who goes back home. To Jordan Pickford, the England players across the back, getting a feel from the ball. A big kick forward by Jordan Pickford. Nodded up in the air by Vida. All a bit messy across this first minute. And Rice knocks it into Phillips, who gets his first touch. Walker to Foden, tries to beat his man, loses out, and here is Rebic, one into the channel. Oof, and Walker does well just to grab hold of that one. Here's Mings back to Stones. Croats not pressing in the heat. I don't know whether that would change during the game. Look at Modric, who's right close up the pitch next to Rebic. Started in quite a high position there, Luka Modric. We'll see. We'll check his heat map at half-time, but he's actually the furthest player forward now, the Croat captain. There's one down the line to Sterling, not inside. Here's Mount to Trippier to Sterling. A good feat by Sterling. Comes inside. Phillips to Stones. Good play by England. Here's Walker getting up the pitch a little bit. Good rotation in the front. Sterling, he takes the touch, turns right into trouble, and then pulls back. Perisic, and it's a free kick. Welcome, Lee. We'll try and enjoy it. That's what we'll try and do. When I saw Foden, 2 Trailer Park girls go around the outside. Yeah, touch of the M&Ms for Phil Foden today. The 2 Croat centre-backs, Vida and Kaleta Kar, just getting a feel of the ball early on. That was Brozovic trying to switch it out left. Remember, Brozovic, Kovacic, Modric in that midfield can dominate play if allowed. Rascal runs into Sterling. Sterling takes it off him, but then Modric takes it back off Sterling. Rebic, Modric, nice little one inside. It is Kovacic making the run. Over on the left is even Perisic. Is Modric. Lovely little glide by Calvin Phillips by Modric. Perisic, good feet, stands up Walker. Perisic knocks it back. And the referee's got in the way. Is he going to let them continue? Oh, he should have. The Croats are a bit unlucky there. Referee gets in the way. It was the ball to Modric. I think good bit of S-housery by Kyle Walker and co, because they just stop and then they have to give him the drop ball. But it was Modric just about to dribble into the box from Gvardiol's pass. England must press high to put pressure on the back line. Yeah, and it's hot as well, isn't it? We're going to win a tackle in a bit. Hasn't happened yet. Right, we'll give you a timestamp for 5 minutes. I'll give you 3, 2, 1 for 5 minutes. Here it comes. 3, 2, 1. Sink. Now, here comes Sterling off the left. Sterling feeds it forward. Foden in the box. Foden on the left. Oh, he's hit the post. Oh, so unlucky. Oh, Sterling did well. He found Foden. Foden cuts inside, makes space for the shot, hits it low, hits the inside of the post. Hopefully that's not a sign of things to come in this tournament. Really unlucky there. Good effort by Foden. Hits the post. Oh, England could have taken the lead there. It was only a half chance. Hits the inside of the post as well. Oof. Rice to Mings, and Mings goes home to Pickford. So unlucky there, Phil Foden. Good play by Sterling. Just fed him in. And Foden engages the centre-halves and hits the post. That's a dreadful ball by Walker. Modric plays it in. Long-range shot, takes a deflection from Rebic. Walker apologises. And hopefully BBC can show us a replay of that Phil Foden shot. Hopefully it's not going to make me feel sick like that Chris Waddle shot. Oh, nice one in the channel. Here is the pace of Sterling. You can't quite get there chasing after it. Yeah, that Chris Waddle one against West Germany in 1990, that just makes me feel sick whenever I see that one. Hitting the inside of the post. Yeah, they're very narrow there, the Croats. Oh, that's so unlucky. Decent effort by Foden. Inches away. And the keeper gets a bit lucky that it doesn't hit him on the way back out. He's done there, Livakovic, and it hits the inside of the post. Unlucky Phil Foden. Here is Kramaric. Tries to poke it through. I think there's a foul been given. And it's going to be an England restart. So close, so close. No nerves from Foden anyway. No. Maybe that'll do the confidence good. Here's another one in the channel. Mount chasing. Vida goes tight with him. Mount did well. Here's Sterling. Double step over from Sterling. He manages to get it through. Mount inside. Phillips knocks it on. Sterling. Oh, and he's just tackled by Galetta Carr. England looking good. Looking good. They created a couple of chances here. Sterling at the heart of both of them, really. He would have been offside if he'd scored. I think there's Sterling. He's trying to get it back. Dare I say, we haven't mentioned Harry Kane yet, have we? I don't think he's touched the ball yet. Well, that's a good thing or a bad thing, you tell me. But certainly Sterling looking lively. Foden hitting the post up the top there. Corner to England. Mason Mount, right-footed. Mount, big one to the back sticks, looking for John Stones. Comes down on the volley! Oh, and it's cleared away. Oh, I think the keeper might have got a hand to it. Calvin Phillips smacks the right foot volley in. God, I was joking about him never scoring before the game. Decent effort there. And England looking good for the last 3-4 minutes. Now, let's see if they can keep it up. Here's Mings. Mings to Rice. Rice up the line to Mount. Little bit of space. Mount getting in the game now. Sterling is central. Good rotation from the three off the front for England. Walker pops that out wide right to Foden. Foden now. They're scared of him. Backing off. Foden inside. John Stones high up the pitch here. Just gets closed down in the end by Kovacic. And England are going to reset and start over. Stones to Foden. Foden up the line looking for Harry Kane, who I still don't think I've mentioned. But England looking good. Let's see this effort from Phillips. In it goes. It's a good save that. Comes through the crowd, through three players there. You've got to give the keeper credit because Phillips took that well. Crossed into the back post looking for Sterling, headed away. Phillips, nice take by Calvin Phillips. He's done brilliantly there, Phillips, to keep hold of that ball with three of the Croat players around him. And England on top. Can they create a big chance in this period? They had two efforts on goal, but half chances, really. And they've made the most of either of them, Phillips and Foden. Good volley by Phillips, and Foden obviously hitting the inside of the post. Here is Phillips again. Floaty ball out to Walker, who can't control it. And it's going to be a Croatian throw. Oh. Here's that Phillips volley again. Decent save by Livakovic in the goal. Here's Mings. Mings to Trippier, and Trippier goes home to Jordan Pickford. Chat's gone quiet. Must be good. Nerves, nerves, nerves. Absolutely. Long one forward again. Headed away. Here's Kane. Kane to Foden. Foden inside the box. Foden. Mount arriving. It's not a good ball by Foden. Here's Sterling. Sterling holds it up. If he played that into Mount's stride, he had a shot at goal there. Foden inside. Sorry, Sterling inside, and it's given away. Swept up by Kramaric. And the Croats just getting on the ball for the first time in 4 or 5 minutes. Good little spell by England, but they did not score during that good little spell. I think Brozovic gives it away, and England are going to be back on the ball again. 11:35 as Kieran Trippier comes forward to take the throw-in. Here comes Trippier. Throw-in on the left wing. Trippier shapes up to take. Tosses it in, looking for Mount. Trippier pops it in, flicked on by Kane. Chested down. Cool and calm by Perisic, who's all the way back there. He does really, really well. The Inter, well, should be playing on the left wing, but he's back helping back in defence. Maybe that's a good sign for England so far. A little clip down the line. Modric tries to beat Rice. Doesn't manage to do it first time, but gets the ball back. Modric inside. And here is Brozovic. Just takes his time. Brozovic to Modric and back again. England back in shape as Foden just goes to press. Vida to Kaleta. Into the front, looking for Rebic. Well won by Stones. Mings then plays it out to Trippier. Trippier to Mount and back to Kieran Trippier. Here's Mings. Mings to Stones. Stones back to Mings. He might have to go long with this one. He's got no other options. Headed away by Rascal. And here is Sterling on the left, who I think has started the game well. Raheem Sterling. Trippier. Mings back to Trippier. Mings, plenty of time on the ball. Slides that in to Mount in the shadow on the near side of the Wembley pitch. Mings to Rice. Stones. Stones to Mings again. Trippier. Mings. Mings clips it into the front looking for Sterling. Heads away. Perhaps just slightly lacking there. The ball into the central midfield. Not been managing to find Rice and Phillips in terms of dictating the play just yet. And here come Croatia. Easily intercepted, though, by Kieran Trippier. Is Rice. Rice to Mount. And now here's Stones again. Phillips has clearly been asked to move forward ahead of Declan Rice and try and get involved in that midfield area we were talking about rather than being too deep. Vida half clears it. Phillips in exact position, I was just saying, knocks it on to Mason Mount. Sterling, Mount. Mount holds the ball up, crossing position, cross deflects up in the air, headed clear, chested down by Modric, who's strong. Trippier was on his touch. Kane tries to follow back in. That's going to be a foul by Calvin Phillips. I think it's his second one, Phillips, on Brozovic that time. Lee, been impressed so far. Yeah, looked a bit nervy for the first 5 minutes, but woke up as soon as Foden hit the post, didn't they? Phillips going close with the other effort. Oh, excuse me. I had that completely the wrong way around. I thought Phillips had fouled Brozovic, but it was totally the other way around. And we do have a set play now. We'll see what Kieran Trippier can come up with on this one. Mason Mount is also there. It's very, very central. It's going to be difficult to create the angle on this one. In it goes, looking for Kane. Kane, not quite. I think he's offside as well. I said it was very, very central, and that kind of floaty ball was always going to be hard for Kane to do anything with. Doesn't time his run either, and is rightly flagged offside. Came off Rebic in the end, but Kane in an offside position. Come on, England. Absolutely. Croatia going to have spells. Yeah, that's the worry, isn't it? They haven't had one yet, have they? We know they've got plenty of other gears to get into, the Croats. England 0, Croatia 0. 17:30 on the clock. England 64% on the possession. 2 shots to 1, 1 corner to 0. All the numbers and the eye test tell us England on top so far. The game lasts an hour and a half, though, not 17 minutes. It's all I'll say to that. Here's Kane down the right-hand side. Decent tackle. And it's worked inside to Brozovic. And Brozovic has been robbed there. Now Foden against Kovacic. Kovacic takes it off Phil Foden. Big tackle by Calvin Phillips. Foul being given. Phillips hits the shot left-footed after the whistle had gone. Phillips, yeah, he does just catch him, doesn't he? But Phillips higher up than we're used to seeing him. Had a lot of people whining about Phillips and Rice in a double pivot. They're not in a double pivot, are they? Rice is sitting with Phillips a little bit further forward. Phillips the one having to adapt from his normal club position. Now here comes Mount as one that high up the pitch. Mount coming inside. Mount, reverse ball to Trippier. Trippier, I was trying to find Harry Kane and just get a nick on it. Phillips recycles to Declan Rice. Out it goes to Trippier. Mount to Rice. Rice. Stones. Foden. Stones, I think, got caught after the ball had gone. Ref plays advantage. England keep going. Foden keeps it on. I think Stones would have rather had the free kick, to be honest. But they keep the ball moving, England, and they're still in possession. And they are the superior side possession-wise, certainly so far. Sterling clips it into Kane, chest down. Kane, lovely play. Mount tries to clip it over for Sterling. It's a brilliant pass by Mount. Sterling holds it up. Sterling tries to clip it to the far post. It was a really difficult pass. Beautiful ball by Mason Mount over to Raheem Sterling there. Now Walker crossing position, cleared by Caleta Car. It might be Jaleta. Yeah, I think it is. So excuse my Eastern European pronunciation. Not quite there. Caleta Car will go with for the duration now. Mings to Trippier. Inside to Mount, who's playing well now. There's a number of England players playing well, which is good. Can we create some chances is the question. Sterling. Trippier back to Sterling. And Trippier goes all the way home to Tyrone Mings. Inside it goes again to Mings. This is where we need the ball into central midfield, which doesn't seem to be on quite so much. Mings again. Mings has to clip it forward. So this is the worry I've got in terms of possession, that the Croatian setup here, when our centre-backs have got it, There doesn't appear to be an obvious ball on in centre. That's a brilliant pass by Mason Mount a minute ago into Raheem Sterling. You just hope touch and hit with the left foot, but he turned back onto his right. Maybe just the wrong call by Sterling, but great run from him. Great pass from Mason Mount to split the defence. Here's Vida. Vida to Brozovic. Kovacic. Brozovic again. Kane trying to get close to Brozovic. Real sense from the players on both sides with the pressing that they're not going to go all out in the heat this early in the game. So there's not a real huge snap to the press from either side, really. Here's Rebic trying to hold that one up. That Stones just nicks in front of him. Gareth Southgate gives him a little round of applause for that interception. We are a quarter of the way through. England are the better side, and they have come the closest, but it's 0-0. And we all know that you can be behind in a second, can't you? Vida, Jaleta Carr. Out it goes to Rascal, running with Sterling. I think Sterling's fouled him there. No. And then Sterling goes down. Referee not interested in any of that. The Italian official, whose name escapes me. Referee Auzathoth of Italy. Croats in a nice position now. Kovacic, little feed. Here's Modric. Modric draws the foul. Oh, no foul. I thought Trippier fouled Modric then. He evidently didn't. England try and counter, but Foden can't work it. Here is Kovacic once more. Kovacic up the line. Inside it goes. Here's Brozovic. Brozovic to Rascal. All decent looking crossing, good header away by Tyrone Mings, held his position well there. Glad we got the white shirts in this heat. Absolutely. Every little helps, hey, Amanda? Brozovic. Last 90 seconds, 2 minutes. Croatia had just moved up the pitch territory-wise. And they hold the threat currently. Kovacic out to the left wing. In goes the cross. It's an appallingly bad cross. And out it goes. It was Gvardiol of Dinamo Zagreb, the left back, who came inside and really grossly overhit that. Oh, don't make me see this Phil Foden shot again. Oh, actually, I didn't notice that. It takes a deflection, that, doesn't it? If you look at the angle from behind him, defender, I think, just gets a little toe end. I think Southgate had the same reaction as all of us on that shot. Half jumped up, but it didn't quite go in, did it? There's Pickford. Hits it long down the ground. Sterling's going to have a crack at getting that. I think he's won the throw-in from Rascal. Passes it on to Trippier. Trippier throws it in. Here's Sterling now. Sterling set up really nicely for him, that. And England have, I think, created their two best chances virtually from quick throw-ins from Trippier and Sterling running in field. Poor strike in the end by Raheem Sterling. It did sit up nicely, like I said, but nowhere near hitting the target there. As we see some of the Croat fans there in the stands. All nice feet there by Kramaric. Oh, good cover by Mings there. Mings clears up the line. It's gone to Modric, though. Rascal. Brozovic, Modric, Brozovic, Kovacic with Phillips. Phillips closing down. Oh, good play by Rascal. Gets past Trippier. In comes the cross. It goes loose. Half volley on the back stick by Ivan Perisic. Shanks it. Goes over the bar. For those people who were anti-Kieran Trippier playing left back, he did get skinned there by Shime Rascal, the Atletico Madrid right back. Shinned it. Absolutely he did, didn't he? Hartlepool have made the conference playoff final after beating Stockport. Well done to Hartlepool. There we go. Oh, Danny, don't start me on Foden not being clinical. Oh, dear. Didn't we find his goals were double his XG or something? Unbelievable player. The ball is held back. It's a poor kick by Livakovic, but the Croats have it back. Modric and Brozovic just looking after the ball nicely there in the midfield. I would say for the last 6 or 7 minutes that the Croats have just been on top. And here they come again down the left-hand side. Here is Modric. Modric switches the play. Modric tries to feed it through, succeeds. It's knocked back out to Rascal, right-hand side, crossing position. Takes the cross on his left foot all the way over to the back post. Gvardiol, the right back, was forward. That was one fullback crossing for the other. You can see the Croats just becoming a little bit more dangerous now. Look, yes, I'm going to read out the first part of your comment. Mings played well. There we go. Let's focus on the 20 things he's done well rather than the one slightly mishit clearance and get behind the boys, yeah? Here is Walker. Walker comes inside. And that is a dreadful ball by Kyle Walker. The second time he's given the ball away. So that would be... Oi, stop that. Absolutely stop that. None of that, please. I think the only bias we're seeing, Locke, yes, is from you, buddy. You've not commented on Calvin Phillips making a foul, Kyle Walker giving the ball away 3 times. Didn't comment on Sterling missing a chance. But Tyrone Mings plays one bad clearance and it's commented on. So, look, I'm calling it down the middle here. I'll call all players, but don't ever call me biased. I'm not having it. Croatia would not like Grealish on the pitch. Get him on. Goal kick to England. Here's Pickford to Rice. And Walker plays it up the line. Gareth Southgate's got the ball. Throw into the Croats down the left-hand side. Here is Brozovic. Brozovic into Vida. Modric. Brozovic. Brozovic to Kovacic. Good football by the Croats. Coming down the left now, here is Perisic. Perisic crosses in. Tyrone Mings on the cover. Clears well. They've drifted past Foden there. Rebic goes down on the edge of the box. Here's Perisic again. Perisic with Phillips. Perisic gets the cross in. Rice does well on the cover. "31 minutes gone. England 0, Croatia 0. Out it goes to Rascal. Here's Brozovic. Brozovic drifting forward, bit of space for him. Receives it back, knocks it out to the right-hand side. Rascal. England win it back. Trippier back to Pickford, and Pickford makes the clearance. The Croats just hemming England in now pretty much for 8-9 minutes, I would say. I agree with that. Croatian midfield have taken control of the game. Here's Brozovic. Brozovic to Kovacic. And that is given away by Kovacic. A mistake by a football player. And out it goes, thrown inside to John Stones, who knocks it back to Pickford. Let's see if we can get hold of the ball now and get things moving again after the Croats just having their best spell right now, in fact. Mings across to Stones. Stones back to Mings. Is Trippier. Trippier, come on, where's the central midfield? There's Sterling coming and covering. We need to see Phillips and Rice getting on the ball here. A long, direct one into the channel, looking for Foden. Brilliant touch by Foden. Brings it down. Walker back to Foden, who I think was probably offside when Walker played the pass. And, yeah, not the best ball in the world by Walker. Beautiful first touch by Foden, but he didn't want it straight back off Kyle Walker. Goal kick to the Croats. Livakovic is going to take it. 34 on the clock. Walker gives it them back. That's not me having a pop at him. Cleared it, and the Croats pick it back up. Here is Modric. Up the line goes Gvardiol. Walker does well that time and wins the ball back for England. A bit scrappy, but yeah, there's a telling number. Possession now 54-46. Remember, probably after about 15-20, it was 65 in England's favour. So it swung back 10% towards the Croatians. Pickford with the goal kick. England need to get up the pitch. They need to get Mount back into the game. Phillips and Rice on the ball. When the Croats start going, those players, little bit anonymous. Here is Rascal in the right back position. Forward it goes. Nodded away. Big boot forward. And Mings picks it up. And he's got plenty of time. Now, here is Declan Rice with a bit of space. Rice on to Trippier. Rice. Nice ball in to Phillips. Knocks it off to Stones. Mings. Mings back to Pickford. Here comes Stones, just drives out of defence. Plays it into Rice. Rice to Trippier. Mount. Good. I'm mentioning him again. Rice to Stones. England hopefully weathering that recent storm. Not much of a storm, really, but hints of a storm, I think. Croats didn't create any big chances, but they certainly controlled the game for the previous 9-10 minutes. Here's Sterling coming in off the left. Sterling driving forward. Sterling into Foden. Foden can't quite control it in the box. Good strong play by Kramaric. And they've got it clear now, the Croats. Kramaric has gone down. And he's not going to get the foul there. Here's Phillips. Now, Rice has got space in front of him. He just knocks it off short and gives it to Sterling, though. He doesn't drive into it. And it's back into Mings at centre-back. Out to Kyle Walker. Walker fizzes it back in, I think, for John Stones. It goes straight past him and through to Pickford. And the one detach for me is the England back four's inability at the moment just to work the ball through Phillips and Rice. I know it's crowded in there, but you want to see those players getting on the ball a little bit more. There's Mings. Good ball into Sterling, who knocks it off to Kane, who's come short. Kane gets tackled, but it falls to Phillips. Phillips to Walker. Walker to Rice. Rice to Stones. Stones across to Mount. And Sterling. Mings back to Sterling. And back to Mings. Mings to Mount. Rice, excuse me. Trippier. Trippier knocks that one in the channel. It's Calvin Phillips making the run. Not exactly his game. And he's offside. Keep concentration, England. We look a midfielder short. Keep it tight. Up the pace again. Be nice. We're missing Maguire's ability to bring the ball out. Are we? I'm not so sure. I'm not so sure. I think it's what's ahead there that's the issue. Long goal kick forward by Livakovic. And I think the offside flag is up. 39 on the clock. England 0, Croatia 0. After a good first 20 minutes, it's a lot tighter now. Wonder how many passes Kane has had. No, he's been quiet, hasn't he? Most of the threats come from Mount, Foden and Sterling, hasn't it? But I suppose at least we know with Kane, if we get him the chance, he'll likely take it. Here's Walker. Walker tries to cross and completely overhits it. Out it goes. It's coming up 40 minutes now. England 0, Croatia 0. Goal kick to the Croats. Mings gets a touch on that one. Mount second to the next ball. Modric to Brozovic. Here they come on the left, Croatia. Perisic. And Walker kind of fell over there in front of Gavadio. But he's quick. And he was there in a covering position. Stones to Pickford. Mings. Mings goes long into the channel. And Sterling's on the end of that. And I think Sterling's been penalised for... Oh, who's been penalised for handball? Oh! So Sterling went... Oh, interesting. Okay. Sterling went into the challenge with Chaletta Carr, who's been penalised for a handball there. It's a little bit of a stiff decision there, to be honest. They were both kind of stopping. The arm comes out, and the yellow card came out for that as well. And the Marseille centre-half is now on a yellow card. England have a free kick. I think that's one of those decisions where if it goes against you, you go, oh, that's a bit harsh. If it goes for you, you go, line up the free kick. Here we go. Mason Mount's having a look at it. Kieran Trippier obviously is having a look at it. Something's planned here. Mings and Kane are stood in front of the wall. And can Kieran Trippier replicate his goal against the Croats in 2018? Similar-ish distance, different position on the pitch though. Free kick to England, dangerous. Trippier, right-footed into the wall, good block. Trippier holds his head. The wall does its job. The throw-in is quick. Here's Sterling again. And this time I think Sterling has been penalised. Here's the replay of the free kick. And yeah, Perisic jumps, gets the head on it. Trippier couldn't clear the wall. Long goal kick, or free kick rather, from Livakovic. And Rice sweeps it up. Stones back to Pickford, who slices that one completely. Mount in there to try and win it back. It's going to be a throw, and it went safe, though. Pickford's just chuntering away at Stones. I don't think he was too happy with the back pass. Modric. Nice dribble by Kovacic. Great interception there by Stones, but then it's given away, and now he's out of position. Here is Gvardiol. Knocked inside. Oh, he's continued his run into the box. Good tackle by Mings there. Gets across on the cover when Stones was out of position there to stop Perisic. Excellent positioning from Mings there. And he wins the foul as well. Free kick to England, which Pickford will take. 44-40 on the clock. It's getting tense now, isn't it? Pickford goes long. I'm not sure we'll have much in the way of stoppage time, will we? Kane doesn't quite get the flick. Can Kane win it? Yes, Kane wins it the second time. Oh, and smashed away. We are past 45 minutes. And I said there'd be little way in the... Let me try that again. I said there'd be little in the way of stoppage time, and it is half time. England come in the closest. Phil Foden hit the post, inside of the post with his left foot. Calvin Phillips, a volley with the right foot. Well saved by Livakovic. England were well on top for the first 20, but that middle third of the first half, I think the Croats came into it, but they've barely created anything, Croatia. Only one shot on target, but then again, England have only had one shot on target if you don't count Foden's as being on target as it hit the post. One corner to England. none to Croatia. England still edging the possession, but a lot of that was predicated on the first 20 minutes. It's 58-42 now. So, look, it's tight. I think over the whole half, I think England edged it. But, look, it's very, very tight. Let me know your thoughts on that first half. England 0, Croatia 0. Oof, it's very tight. I wonder, and how many of you would take a point as well in the chat? Let me know your thoughts. Just really quickly, hit subscribe if you haven't already on the channel. Lovely, 17,243. Let's try and get to 17,250. Feels like the next milestone for us. I'll just quickly bung those stats up. I know I've read them out to you, but I don't think it tells us much we didn't see with our eye test. But 58-42 on the possession, 4 shots to 2 in England's favour, 1 corner to 0, hit woodwork 1-0. So most of the straightforward underlying metrics go in England's favour, but we know there's a bit more nuance than that. And there was that period from, I don't know, about, well, we see what the attack momentum says. I think about 22 to sort of 35. Yeah, you can see it lit up blue there. That period above Tyrone Ming's head there, you can see in the picture. That period was the best for Croatia, and they were on top, albeit England coming closest. Right, let's have a little look at your comments here. Am I watching any other matches? We will be doing, and I've got a new whiteboard, so it's not written up anywhere. Whatever the match is tonight, Netherlands, Ukraine. Pretty good. England must concentrate, must be clinical. Subs could be key in the heat. Exactly. I said at the start of the game, the team that starts this game won't finish the tournament. Let's be frank, the team that starts this game won't even finish this game, will it? So, yeah, subs will be absolutely key. Played on the front foot for first 25, went it back to Shell. Sterling offers now. John, I totally disagree with that. Sterling's movement created the opening for Foden, created the pass where Mount played him in over the top. I think offers now is not accurate. He may not offer what Grealish offers, but he doesn't offer now, does he? Rice and Phillips impressed me. Thought they would show. A lot of people thought Rice and Phillips would struggle. Agree with that. Jason, we've played okay. Haven't looked like creating much. Agreed. We created more than the Croats, though. I know that doesn't, in the end, win you the game. You've got to create something for yourself. But, yes, get Ben up to 20K. I think we've contained Croatia. Just need a bit of magic. That's the worry, isn't it, Jake? Don't want to rely on a bit of magic, do you? You want to rely on a nice, big, obvious chance you created. But, yes. Lacked a focal point in attack. I know what you mean, Dave. And that sounds like a ridiculous thing to say when Harry Kane's on the pitch. But Kane's not got into the game, has he? They haven't either got him coming in short or got him running in behind or, you know, created too much for him. So, yeah, I do agree. But I'm happy with our number 9, obviously. Just need a goal. Can't see the Croats doing much. Grealish on for Sterling. We may see that at some point. Although I don't see much change in the first 15 minutes at least of the second half. 4 goals in the second half of the heat doesn't get to the players too much. Mount was great, says Milton knows. Yeah, Mount had a good little... Mount kind of reflected the team, though, didn't he? He was very good for 20, 22 minutes, wasn't he? And then, like the rest of the team, kind of dropped off a little bit, didn't they? Sterling been our biggest threat. We need to take chances. Foden hitting the post was the most interesting bit of the half. I would still only call that a half chance that Foden had. There were defenders in the line of the shot, and he's fairly near the edge of the box as well. Josh, Solid first half. Could have been much different if not for a couple of inches. Did that take a deflection? I think it did. John, now strong, admit, but has no end product. Only real attribute is his pace. Won't take on his man. Mount been excellent when we got him on the ball. We do need that pace, don't we? I mean, let's be honest. My argument was we need the pace for when Kane comes short. But Kane's been fairly anonymous, hasn't he? So, Modric still class at 35. Yeah, your feet don't lie, do they? Mings is impressed, neutralising Rebic, Kramich and Perisic. I won't read that comment about Kyle Walker from Joe, but yeah, Walker's been a little bit inconsistent, hasn't he? I would say. I don't want to pile in on any of the England players, particularly. Keep your comments coming in. It is England 0, Croatia 0. In the first game in Group D. Remember, the Scots don't play the Czechs until this slot tomorrow. We will, of course, be watching along that game. Really, really looking forward to it. And if you can't catch a watch along, keep your comments coming in, by the way. If you can't catch a watch along, then I'm doing a review every morning as well of the entire day. So generally, we're going to be watching the this weekend it's been the 2 p.m. and the 8 p.m. That'll be the same on Monday. Although I think thereafter we go to the 5 p.m. game and the 8 p.m. game. So we'll basically be on all night. Who's still feeling nervous then as well? Goodness me. Quick plug for the old Patreon. Patreon.com/Benjamin Bloom. You can super chat any point during the broadcast. Thank you for those people who've hit subscribe. Thank you for everyone. Keep your comments coming in the chat. BBC are plugging the Copa America as if there's not enough football on the telly at the moment. And of course, please hit subscribe, ring the bell. I'd love to get to 17,250 fairly soon. I think we're fairly close according to the last count. I don't rate their keeper. We need to shoot, especially Kane. We look smaller than them, though. KP needs to give Modric some Yorkshire pasty. Nice. Mountain Phillips have been the standouts. Made in the Championship. Do I know the location for Scots and the Czechs? I don't. I could find out if I click a couple of buttons. What do I think of Sterling? I thought he was decent for the first 10, 15. Like the rest of the team, dropped off a little bit. Offers something that nobody else in that attack does, in the ability to run behind and to stretch defences. Although I do accept the point. What he then does with the ball after that is a different matter. But Hampden Park, there you go, Glasgow. Never nervous for me as I head for the whiskey. What's the crowd? I think it's 20,000 in. Isn't it? In fact, I think they've just gone to one of their presenters up in Scotland. I can see Hampden Park in the background now. There you go. Thank you, Jason. Croatia still in this. Oh, yes. It's 0-0. So they're most definitely still in it. Would you take a 0-0? Would you? Going into that Scotland game, would you take a 0-0? Take a point and a clean sheet. I wonder. Indeed. Keep your comments coming. England 0, Croatia 0. Probably about 5 more minutes to the second half kicking off. We should be fairly well bang on time here, given there was no stoppage time. Dubai Canaries feeling the effects of World Gin Day. That sounds painful. I'd take a draw against the best opponent in the group. We can and will win it. There we go. You have better hair than Alex Scott. Now, I would normally brag about my hair, but I'm looking at Alex Scott's hair, and I will hold my hands up and say I will admit defeat in the hair stakes with Alex Scott and the other lady in the shot, actually, who's had a nice wavy job done there. I can't compete with women in the hair stakes, can I? Deary me. I try. Plenty of wriggle room in our group. Would Southgate takes 2 0-0s and a 1-0? Yes, I think he would. 3 clean sheets and 5 points. You'll definitely qualify with that, won't you? So yeah, I'm sure he would. Oh, Frank Lampard and Alan Shearer and Rio Ferdinand and Gary Lineker. They'd make most England 11s, those four, wouldn't they? Goodness me. Hello, Peanuts. Welcome along. As we prepare for the second half of this one. A few years, you'll look like Bill Bailey. Nah, my family's got good hairline. It's not going anywhere. Touch wood. What would you change for the second half? I wouldn't change anything yet. I would think some players will be tired around 55, 60. I think there's a possibility that he'll try and stick someone slap bang in the middle of the midfield at some point. But you don't want to totally unbalance up your system. I would, like I said in the first half, be having a word with trying to play through midfield. It feels like the pattern of play, particularly when the two centre-halves and the fullbacks have the ball, you want them to have an out ball into the centre of midfield and be brave on the ball there and have Phillips and Rice showing all the time. And they've not managed to find that space or that pass yet, any of the back four, haven't they? Hair comparison with Gary Lineker. Oh, I'm winning against all of this lot, aren't I? Although, let's be fair, let's just respect their football skills, those four. Well, I'm not sure Shearer and Lineker could play in the same team, could they? I think they might be taking up a lot of the same positions, aren't they? Tom, joining for the second half from South Korea. You love to see it, you do. Yeah, Sancho not on the bench today. In fact, why don't we just have a quick look at the England bench? And let's be fair, if the out ball is into the channels, if they can't work their way through that midfield, then I do agree with you guys that pace. And I'm looking at Saka and I'm looking at Rashford in terms of, you know, try and get them in early. If you're going to play through midfield, then you're looking at people like Bellingham and Grealish to join us. I just don't see in this first game Grealish and Foden being on, even if they are on at the same time for more than 5 minutes. It'd be one of them coming on and then the other one coming off 5 minutes later. You would have imagined. Oh, goodness me. Long way to go, though. Lots of minutes, hopefully, for our players and 5 subs in every game. So I'm sure we'll see at least 3 of those used at some point in the second half, especially given the heat. And there we go. That's the simple message here, isn't it? Come on, England. England. Here come the Croats out for the second half. And remember that semi-final, they did grow into the game, didn't they? They really did. And here come our boys in white. Kane, Trippier, Mings, Sterling, Foden, Walker leading the line out. I've dropped my pen, guys. Where's it gone? Can't pick that up with my feet. There we go. Apologies. You have to look at the top of my head for a second. How do you see this one playing out then, guys, in the second half? Let me know your predictions. England 0, Croatia 0. And the Croatians are going to kick off in the second half. We will get you a timestamp as soon as is practical. Do subscribe if you have not already. And we are off in the second half. Modric, and it's worked back in the end to Livakovic. Nice back heel, and Perisic is going to try and run John Stones. Good pace by Stones. That's excellent. Mings touch. Ooh, and Perisic charged down the clearance and just looped up in the air. I was a bit worried for a second then. And Jordan Pickford makes the catch. Good pace by Stones, though, in the foot race with Perisic. You'd rather that was Kyle Walker running with him. Mings. Trippier plays it down the line. Given away. And I don't want to bang on about it, but I want to see the ball used a bit better in possession in that first phase. I'm particularly looking at Mings and Trippier on that side. Don't want to continually surrender possession. Look after the ball. Modric, Kovacic. Back to Modric, who goes where he likes, doesn't he? He's in the deep line playmaker spot at the moment. Here's Jaleta Carr. Oh, nice ball out to the left wing. Perisic. Perisic tries to get the crossover. Offside flag. No, it's not the offside. I think the cross went out and then came back in. No, I'm wrong. He was offside. I'll have 3 goes at it. Chewing nervously on my gum. I predict England to edge it 1-0. I don't say things like that, Paul. I'll put it up, but I won't read it. Mings. Closed down. Turns back inside and plays it to Pickford. Pickford to Stones. Stones clips it in. And again, the England back 4 give the ball away. Ooh, Kovacic through his man. Yellow card comes out there. Just mistimed that one, Mateo Kovacic. I think it's his own teammate, isn't it? I think it's Mason Mount. Harry Kane having a discussion. Yes, I think it's a yellow card, isn't it? Referee pulls out the yellow. And Kovacic is in the book. $48.15 gone. That is now 2 of the Croats in the book, Kovacic and Jaleta Carr. Mount is up and moving around again. It's Sterling. Sterling comes inside, gives the ball away. And the Croats, they've worked that nicely. That's a lovely slide forward. Good cover again by Mings, who gets a foot on that. Stones in the corner. Don't lose it there, John. Concedes the throw, and it was really nicely worked by the Croats down the line there. Mings just on the cover, gets a foot in and makes the challenge. Throw in to Croatia. Stolen a few yards in the opposite direction. Now, crossing position from the right. Mings in the right place makes the clearance. Kane can't quite scoop it up. Just not running for him today, Harry Kane, is it? Chris crying out for Grealish to replace Sterling. No service for Kane. Pickford comes out and clears well there. Need a left back who doesn't keep cutting inside. What was that about Walker as well? Yeah, Walker's not been great in possession, has he? Pickford there, bailing out Trippier, in fact. I took my eye off the screen there for a second. Trippier had flicked the header back to him, and Rebic chased him down, and Pickford gets the clearance right in the end. But yeah, I'm still very pensive watching this game, I have to say. Mings to Stones. Walker, Stones, Mings, Trippier. Can they transition the ball into midfield? They seem incapable of it at the moment, the back four for England. Here's Stones. Surely he should be able to. Stones back to Mings. The Croatians stubbornly just sitting off. Rice has come into the hole now, which is where I kind of want to see him. Just add an extra number in there, for goodness sake. And they do manage to transition into midfield now and into Harry Kane, who, of all people, gives the ball away. Just that first phase of the attacking play, they're struggling with, banging on the mic there. They're struggling with Croatia's sort of mid-block there, aren't they? Really do need a bit of help from the back four, one or other of Rice and Phillips. Can they just drop back in and help there? 0-0. Here's Modric. We don't want to be mentioning him too much. Modric drifts inside off Foden, who feels like I haven't mentioned this half at all. Out it goes to the right-hand side. Rascal. Give and go. Brozovic tries to switch the play, succeeds. Gvardiol. Kovacic. Little dink ball out wide. Good play by Trippier. Takes it off him. Trippier drives forward. Rascal gets back into position. That's a nice ball through the lines. And now Kane has found Foden. Foden on the right-hand side. He's going to look to get it on his left foot. Foden tucks it back to Walker. Back to Phil Foden. Phillips makes a run ahead of him. Foden back to Walker. Walker back into Stones. And it's with Mings now. England higher up the pitch, though. Can they make it count? Trippier. Sterling. Sterling back to Trippier. Here's Kane. Kane holds it up. Reverse ball looking for Sterling. They're not on the same wavelength of those two. And Modric, too good for Calvin Phillips there. Holds the ball. Turns. And Phillips makes the foul. Very few players look after the ball as well as Modric does, do they? Here is Jaleta. And keep your eye on Modric now, because he's literally playing as a deep line playmaker. And the Croats are very keen to just slip him the ball every time they can. He's virtually in the right back position now. Here is Modric on the ball. Modric into Vida. Brozovic. England players all back inside their own half now. Harry Kane's just stepped over the line, but you take my point. Jaleta. Vida. Modric in the right back position. Touch and give. Walker. So, excuse me, that's not Walker at all. Don't know what I'm talking about. Anyway, they've switched the play. Perisic. Good first touch. Perisic against Foden. Walker backing him up. Nice little back heel. Gvardiol inside to Kramaric. Is Modric. Modric with the low shot straight at Jordan Pickford. Built that attack up nicely. And the more we mention Modric, the more nervous I get. Easy save for Pickford in the end. Attack nicely built up, though. Here's Rice. Rice edges that out to Walker. Walker to Foden. Foden comes off position. But he's helping that England back four transition the ball. And now Phillips has dropped into the hole. That's absolutely fine to see those two a little bit deeper. They've needed the help, the back four, frankly. And Sterling, that's a hopeless touch. And out it goes for a throw-in. And as soon as Raheem Sterling has that bad touch, the camera goes straight to Jack Grealish having his warm-up. A lot of you in the chat were looking for that substitution. It becomes more and more likely as the half goes on. Here's Calvin Phillips. Stones. Mings. Mings to Trippier. Rice makes himself available. It's working a little touch better now. Rice is getting involved with that back four in the first phase of the passing. Stones steps up to halfway. Stones feeds it into Kane, who's come short, to Phillips. Mings. Trippier. Trippier. Sterling. Sterling back to Trippier. And back into Mings. England keeping the ball. Can they find the space, though? The Croats nicely organised. Oh, now Phillips. Phillips got forward down the right. Good work by Phillips. Phillips feeds it through. Sterling! And England take the lead. Calvin Phillips gets off the right-hand side. And Raheem Sterling has given England the lead. It is England 1, Croatia 0. England have the lead. Come on! Oh, get your thoughts in that in the comments. They built it up really, really patiently. Calvin Phillips does brilliantly in off the right-hand side. Sterling makes the run off the left, feeds it through, and England lead 1-0 to England. Woof. We wait for a replay. Let's see if the players can stay a bit calmer than all of us fans. They worked it really well. Brilliant from Phillips. Look at that for an assist. You love to see it. Sterling makes the run and he finds the finish. Brilliant stuff. Sterling just opens up his body, just needs to get a good contact. He gets clattered into the bargain, and Raheem Sterling has given England the lead. Bit of a deflection on it. I don't care. England lead. Southgate celebrates, and so do we. England 1, Croatia 0. Raheem Sterling is the goal scorer. Woof. Let's see what you guys are saying in the chat. Leave your bias at the door. Screw that. Enjoy it. Get in. About blooming time. Great play from Phillips. It was good from England, wasn't it? Phillips will get the credit for the assist, of course, and Sterling for the goal. But they were patient. I've been getting frustrated, but that was what we needed to see. They moved it from the left over to the right. The play sped up a little bit. Phillips got forward. Brilliant from Phillips to step inside and then just slide it through. And Sterling had made the right run. We said we needed a player to get past Harry Kane and get in that position. Sterling had done it all. Stones in trouble. Stones back to Pickford. Pickford cool as you like. Out to Walker. Woof. Ben's gone mad. You love to see it. Thought he delayed it too long. He delayed it just right. Well done, Calvin Phillips, outside of the right foot. Brilliant stuff. Screamed so loudly, don't know what the neighbours thought. You love to see it. You really, really do. Here is Foden. And now England can keep the ball and try and draw the Croats out. We hope. They don't need to take any risks now. England 1, Croatia 0. Phillips. Phillips to Trippier. Trippier inside to Rice. Calvin Phillips just says, just play it back into the back four. Just keep the ball, boys. Keep the ball. Draw them out. They haven't been pressing all game, have they? Draw them out. Come on. Mings to Rice. To Trippier. Trippier to Sterling. Phillips. Is Mount on the left wing. Keep the ball. Rice. Stones. England high up the pitch. I want them to score another, but part of me saying don't get caught up the pitch. This is what it's like to watch England. Harry Kane, I think, has been fouled. Refs played the advantage. Walker into Kane. Kane is fouled again. Referee seeming to want everything to go. And Kane just slows everything down, draws Brozovic out and draws the foul. Quick switch of play now. Here is Mount. Mount tries to get by Rascal, but he can't. Here's Rice. Rice to Phillips. Phillips to Stones. Stones, Foden. Sterling, the goal scorer. Sterling onto Mount in the box. Good football. The cross in. Harry Kane! Oh, it's a good tackle on the back post. I hope Kane is not hurt there. I think he might have taken a hit off either the post or the keeper. Oh, it was really good football from England. They're playing well. Patient. Sterling again to Mount. Lovely cross by Mount. Kane, you just thought he's going to smack it into the net. I think a combination of keeper, the right back the left back Gvardiol, and the post. And Kane can't quite finish it at the back post. Oh. Hopefully Kane is okay. And that wasn't his head that made contact with the post. Gareth Southgate and Raheem Sterling just chatting. Kane just lying on his back. They're doing the concussion protocol, checking everything. Please don't get injured, Harry. $61 gone. We wait, sweating a little bit on Harry Kane here. I think we're going to get to see the goal again. It was Walker. It's great play from Phillips. Beats the man, plays inside. Sterling's made the right run. Good team goal that as well, because they moved it from left to right. Look, it's Phillips and Sterling that did the business, isn't it? But the rest of the team and the back four had worked the space, hadn't they? Harry Kane, very happily for most of us, is running around the pitch and coming back on. He looks okay. Add on that stoppage time. And Croatia have got up the pitch, actually. Maybe that stoppage might knock a bit of England's momentum after that goal. Here's Kovacic. Kovacic to Brozovic. Given away. Walker picks out Foden. Lovely ball around the corner to Phillips. Phillips to Foden. Not the best ball by Phillips. Mount chews him out for that one because he was open. Modric picks it back up. They can't get loose, England. Gvardiol inside to Chaletakar. I think Foden left one on him there. Referee's refusing to stop the game here. He has now. I think the yellow card came out for Foden. Yeah, a bit of a naughty one from Phil Foden there. And it's a free kick to the Croats. Foden in the book. He joins Chaletakar and Kovacic on a yellow card in this game. England 1, Croatia 0. Modric. Clip down the line, headed away. Kane holds it up nicely. Sterling. Sterling beats his man. And then he gives it away. No foul there. Coming together afterwards. Harry Kane wanted the foul, so did Raheem Sterling. Not given. Here is Chaletakar. Kovacic against Phillips. Phillips pushes him to one side. Brozovic. In comes the cross from the right-hand side. Good block by Sterling. Picked up nicely by Brozovic. Here's Modric. Good play by the Croats. Nodded away to the edge of the box. First time shot. It's going to fall for Rebic. Oh, best chance of the game for Croatia. Rebic snatched at it. But, yeah, when they do get going, Croatia, they move the ball quickly. One touch, two touch. It was good block by Stones. And Rebic just snatches at that, shins it with the left foot wide of the post. Stones and Mings high five after that. They did enough to keep them out there. But I wonder if we get a second wind. Don't know if they've even had a first win from Croatia yet. England win it back now. Mount charging forward. Mount's got Kane ahead of him. Mount's still got it. Surely he's been fouled by Brozovic. He has, and the yellow card comes out. Great play by Mount, carrying the ball all the way up to the edge of the box. Excellent work from Mason Mount. And Brozovic was always nibbling. Look at that. Arm round, and Mount goes down, draws the foul. Free kick to England. "66 minutes on the clock. Brozovic, the inter-central midfielder, joins the growing list of players, 4 of them now in the book. Foden, Chaleta, Kovacic, and now Brozovic, all in the book. Okay. Looks like Mount's going to have a go at the free kick. The man who won it. It's going to be a right footer. Looks definitely like he's going to shoot. Don't see which kind of cross is on. Here comes Mount. Right-footed Mount just over the bar. Doesn't miss by much. Tries to go the same side as Livakovic is standing. Nearly enough accuracy there. Livakovic I think, that he's got that covered. Yeah, it just reaches up for his crossbar. And over it goes. 67 on the clock now. Vida, Chaleta, Modric, deep. What are you doing subs-wise then, Gareth? Let me know what subs you'd make now. In terms, and someone's just taken their bib off actually in the background, and I can't see who it is. So it looks like an England substitute imminent, unless they were just warming up in the bib. I wouldn't have thought so. Ooh. And they nearly get caught out there. Brozovic closed down by Mason Mount, and Marcus Rashford is getting himself ready and receiving instructions. So Marcus Rashford is going to be coming on. You'd assume in one of the 3 positions off the front. And it looks like we're going to get a double sub from the Croats as well. Brekalo and Vlasic are warming up for the Croats. So everything's going to change in the next minute or two. I think Rashford's going to be coming on for England. In it goes from the Croats. One back by Walker. Phillips loses out in midfield. And here comes Gvardiol down the left-hand side. And I think it's going to be a corner for the Croats. Good play by the left back from Dinamo Zagreb. As England set up to defend this corner. England 1, Croatia 0. Modric is going to take the corner from the left-hand side with the right foot. In it comes. Flat delivery. Edge of the box volleyed in by Brozovic. Audacious corner to try. The old Beckham to Scholes one, that one. Remember that one up at Bradford? I think that might be Brozovic's last contribution. Brozovic goes off and Vlasic comes on. There's going to be another substitution made as well for the Croats. Off comes Kramerich, who's been quiet, and Bricalo comes on. We'll see how that changes things. Phil Foden is coming off for England. So a bit more pace in there now. Less guile, but a bit more pace. And on comes Marcus Rashford. I assume Sterling will stay left and Rashford will play right. We'll find out in about 2 seconds' time. Who's that? They got the camera on in the crowd. Is that Harry Maguire? Pass. They zoomed in on someone in a baseball cap and a mask. Mings gets that one clear. Stones to Mings. Sorry, the one that Stones was Trippier. Here is Rice. Nicely worked by the back four that time. Kane plays it around the corner. If that stays in, that's a brilliant ball. I think it did stay in. I'm trying to figure out. Yeah, it looks like Rashford's gone to the right. At the moment, Sterling's in the 10, but I think that's only temporary. Yeah. So it's a straight swap for England. And here's Modric again. Deep. It was Wayne Rooney, was it? Haha. Here come the Croats. Clipped to the back post. Decent header by Walker. Now for the pace. Got great acceleration, Kyle Walker. And he gets it clear. Rashford into his first tackle. 50-50 with Perisic. Ball bounces for Kovacic. To Modric. Croats building from the other side of the pitch now. Kovacic again. Here's Vlasic. First touch for him. Crossed into the near post. Oh, Walker does well actually on the back post there with Perisic. You wonder whether he was just going to try and sneak in front of him. And of course, as well, don't touch him because he's going down. Good defending by Walker there. Just got his body in the right way. Well played. Long goal kick forward by Pickford. Kane can't quite win it. Rice helps it on. Oh, and Gilletta Carr goes right through the back of Kane. He's on a yellow card and needs to be careful. Yeah, shoves right in the back of him there. Maybe not a cardable offence, but certainly a foul. I think we would all agree. Free kick to England, 73 on the clock, 73-40. And it looks like Kieran Trippier is going to pop this one in. Trippier. In it goes. I think it's Mings that heads it down. Sterling. Oh, that's a big chance. Oh, dear. Fell to Sterling. It's an easy chance. And he doesn't hit the target. Slashes it over the top. Great header down by Mings. That's poor from Sterling, isn't it? Should do much better with that. Well played, Mings. But really bad technique from Sterling there. He's got to hit the target, hasn't he? The England goal scorer. John Stones has gone down, which hopefully isn't a sign of trouble here. And he's just going to get looked at. Guys, sincere apologies. I'm going to take a 20-second toilet break. Be back really, really quickly. Don't go anywhere. Sincere apologies, everybody. Got a bit nervous in the first half and evidently have drunk 4 bottles of water. My bad. Nervous drinking, I think. England 1, Croatia 0. What did I miss? Is John Stones okay? Would have been my luck to have a goal in that time. Deary me. Nervous bladder. I knew Ben was human with all that Pepsi. Funnel and a bottle under the desk. Oh dear, no one wants to see that. My apologies, guys. I didn't miss any subs, and I'm guessing John Stones is okay. 76:50 on the clock. Thank you for your patience. Nice switch of play out to the left. Here is Perisic. Perisic, they've doubled up on him. It's back in to Kovacic. Modric. England are deep now. They're too deep in my estimation here. Down the right-hand side is Bracalo. Tries the give and go. It's going to be a Croatian throw-in down the right. Edge of the box here. Nice play by Rebic. It's gone in low. Good cover by Rice. Well done, Declan Rice. Last-ditch stuff. 77:46 on the clock. And here comes another Croatian substitution. Rebic is off. And Petkovic is on, number 20. Bruno Petkovic. Looks a pretty thick-set, big striker by the look of it. Petkovic. A Dinamo Zagreb striker, 26 years old. And I think Raheem Sterling is going to come off for England. The goal scorer, Sterling. We're just about to find out. Rashford already on. I thought we were getting the substitution, but alas, no. Sterling is very much still on the pitch. They had him high-fiving someone and running towards the edge of the pitch. I misread the signal. My apologies. England 1, Croatia 0. Foul up near halfway. On the new guy, Petkovic, by Kieran Trippier. Modric. And it goes to Chaleta Carr. Gvardiol. Kovacic. Nice fade in. It fell to Rashford. It's a pretty poor ball by Rashford. But Kane nearly makes something of it. Good cover by Vida. Hopefully England can get a little bit up the pitch now. Modric making the play again. It's with Rascal, the right back. And back again with Modric, who's just getting more and more and more touches of the ball. Modric, nice little ping out to the left-hand side to Gvardiol. And here is the big striker, Petkovic, who's come short. Good football by the Croats. Good build-up. Vlasic helped down the right-hand side. Here's Bracalo. He's held up by Sterling, and they have won the ball back, and Sterling just hoiks it clear straight to a black shirt. Fortunately, it runs under his foot, Chaleta, so England can move up the pitch a little bit, but this is getting one-sided now. The Croats putting the pressure on, but they have given the ball away there, and we're about to see Jude Bellingham come into the game in the central midfield. Will we get an extra central midfielder? I suspect not, but we're certainly going to get a fresh pair of legs in Jude Bellingham. And if the cameraman can sort his life out, we can see who's coming off. Harry Kane. Interesting. A very, very interesting substitution. Gareth Southgate has taken Harry Kane off. So I'm guessing Marcus Rashford is going to play up front. We'll figure out the shape in a second. And perhaps Mason Mount is going to go and play as a supporting striker. So pretty pragmatic stuff. Kane, ever the pro, applauds the fans. He'll do whatever it takes for the team. Yeah, so Rashford's gone up top. Looks like Mount's pulled over to the right-hand side. And I guess we're sort of still in a 4-3-3 shape, but just with an out ball up top in terms of the pace. And Bellingham, who overhits his first touch into the centre of midfield. Ooh, Bellingham wins that back. Over the top it goes for Rashford to chase. Just too much on it there. So brave substitution by Gareth Southgate there. And you can see the shape now. Mount has pulled over to the right-hand side. And I think the instruction is for Mount and Sterling to get forward when they can. But Sterling looks very deep on the left at the moment. And the Croats have it on the right-hand side. It's back into the centre circle. Chaleta Carr, switch of play. Good ball. Perisic, nice touch. Perisic crosses, left-footed, loopy ball. A little bit of a worry there. Ronaldinho, David Seaman moment there. But Pickford, knew it ended in Ford, makes the catch. Perisic, frankly, misjudging the cross. It wasn't a Ronaldinho one where he probably deliberately shot, didn't he? 83-30 on the clock. England 1, Croatia 0. It's Bellingham and Bracalo fighting over a bouncing ball there. The ball is out for a throw. And we're going to get Croatia substitute number 4, Przalic. Number 15 is going to be coming on. Are they going to take the throw in first? They are. So we're just going to have to wait a minute for that sub. Modric just gets past Phillips. Trippier there. England just trying to get anything on the ball there. It takes 3 players to stop Modric there. Phillips is penalised for the foul. Free kick, Croatia. Phillips a bit heavy-handed with Luka Modric there. Off comes Kovacic. And on comes Przalic. Number 15, Kovacic, the Chelsea man, goes off. Attacking free kick to the Croats. Mario Przalic, central midfielder for Atalanta, who have plenty of players in this tournament, don't they? We are readying ourselves for the free kick. England holding a high line. Hope that's not a decoy run. Chaleta Carr deliberately standing offside, and Stones does really well. And he's getting up in Chaleta Carr's face now. They all having a word with him now. Mings the peacemaker. Stones not happy with whatever went on there. Not a great deal in it. Just a shove in the back. A bit of holding, actually, from Chaleta Carr. Stone still wins the header. $85-40 on the clock. England 1, Croatia 0. Looking like a winning start if England can hold out for 5 more minutes. 4 more minutes plus whatever the stoppage time is. Who's the captain now? I'd assume it's Rashford, is it? He was captain the other night in the friendly, wasn't he? Bellingham, Sterling into the channel for Rashford to chase. Chaleta plays it home to Livakovic, and they play out from the back one more time. Here's Modric deep again, 86:35 on the clock. Gvardiol fed into Modric via Pasalic. Modric plays that wide right. Sterling back covering. Bricalo can't get past Sterling, but he does win the throw-in. 87 on the clock now. Sterling shepherds it out. One of my pet hates, but when it's England, I will plead the fifth and not comment on it. And we'll take the goal kick and we'll have the ball back. 87-25 up on the clock now. England 1, Croatia 0. England potentially heading to the top of Group D. Goal kick to Jordan Pickford. Pickford goes long. Oh, Bellingham he won the ball in the air there, and he's got a knock on the back of their head. Vida and Bellingham both down. Bellingham rolling around. They just got him flat on his back, ready for the concussion protocol. Vida has jumped up. He didn't know he was going to get that one. Bellingham flicks the ball on. Ouch. In the back of the head there for Bellingham. And they'll just do the concussion protocol. Just checking on his neck. Dominic Calvert-Lewin is going to come on. You would assume up top on his own, and Rashford will funnel back into one of those positions off the front. I suspect it might even be Sterling or Mount that comes off. Although Mount's getting instructions. So we'll find out who's about to go off. Calvert-Lewin's going to come on. Bellingham looks okay. Fingers crossed. Hopefully he'll be able to play on. Southgate just has a word for Jude Bellingham. And if his head's okay, we've killed a minute or so. Free kick taken quickly, wasted, swept into the corner. Mount chases over there. If Mount's now substituted, that was a masterstroke. Get him in the far corner. No, you have to go off the pitch where you are, don't you, these days? Here is Chaleta Carr, 89-38 on the clock. Calvert-Lewin still readied on the side of the pitch. Gvardiol, Chaleta Carr. Croatia have the ball. It's a long way from the goal, though. Here is Rascal. And he has to go back home. We are into stoppage time. And we're about to find out how long we're going to play, or the minimum length of time. Big ball for Perisic. Perisic nods it down. Pickford takes his time and dives on the ball in very ostentatious fashion. Just a big boot down the ground. Perisic did win the header, but it's an easy one for Pickford. Get your comments in, guys. Who's your man of the match in this one? I know it's not over yet. BBC are not alerting me as to how much stoppage time there's going to be played. Thank you, Stephen, who says 4. Rice helped up the line by Trippier. And that is going out for a goal kick. Right, here comes Calvert-Lewin. And Raheem Sterling is going to come off. So the England captaincy changes again. Sterling tries to give the armband to the ref. who just wants him off. Raheem Sterling, the goal scorer. Off he comes. On comes Dominic Calvert-Lewin. I assume Mount will stay down the right and Rashford will go to the left with Calvert-Lewin now a bit more of a physical presence up front if we do need to just get rid of it and have someone able to hold it. Mings plays back home to Pickford. Not the best ball from Mings, but Pickford clears. Calvert-Lewin header. Modric plays it to Gvardiol. Gvardiol comes inside from the left-back position. 92 played. 2 more minutes of stoppage time remaining. Vida to Vishalko. Good tackle by Jude Bellingham there. And it's helped out to the right. Did that one go out for a throw? The England fans appeal. The players don't. Vida back into the centre-half position. Chaleta Carr. Modric pings it in long. Oh, they win the first header. Pickford comes out and grabs it. Oof. England win the ball back. 90 seconds minimum stoppage time remaining. Jordan Pickford holds on to that ball and holds on to the clean sheet, and he's killed another 20 seconds. As we come up toward the 93rd minute. Flicked on again by Bellingham. Cleared away. Rice in there. Helped on to Modric, though. Modric just plays it across to Pasalic. They've looked for Perisic again. Walker's there and Pickford gets it clear. Boots it out for a throw. 93-20 on the clock. England are 30 seconds away from opening up with a win. 30 seconds of minutes minimum stoppage time. Calvin Phillips is going to let that one go out in the right back area. It's a throw into England. They're going to get up the pitch. I assume Kyle Walker is going to throw this as far down the ground as he can. And then there's likely to be one more phase of play in this game. Raheem Sterling's goal, as things stand, is going to give England all 3 points. Walker does, as I've said, and throws it down the line. Bellingham tries to get in there, and the Croats have to go back to the keeper. We have played the 4 minutes of stoppage time. We are into overtime now. Vida plays it forward. Whose throw-in is that? It's a Croatian throw, high up on the left-hand side. It's going to be one more defensive action for England now. Perisic is going to throw it long into the box. Perisic, can England get first contact? Kyle Walker does, and the shot is over the top. And England get the win, the most difficult of the 3 group games, we thought. And England have won 1-0. Raheem Sterling with the only goal. Gareth Southgate celebrates. England off to a winning start. 3 points on the board for England. They will top Group D. And as we've said, 3 points means a hell of a lot in this tournament. Now, Calvin Phillips, beaming smile. He was brilliant for the goal. And Raheem Sterling got the goal. And England get the win. Harry Kane comes on. He was quiet today. I'm sure his time will come in this tournament. And England win 1-0. Scotland next, as Dubai Canary says, beating Croatia. Big statement. Let me know your thoughts on the game. England winning 1-0. Let's have a look at the numbers. A job well done. Hopefully we will find out. 50-50 in the end on the possession. Look at that. 8 shots each, 2 each on target. 5 on target for the Croats. It evened up in the second half, didn't it? 1 corner apiece, but look at the big chances. 2 for England, 0 for the Croats. England defended well, didn't concede any big chances, according to the SofaScore definition today. And both big chances fell in the end to Raheem Sterling. Obviously slashed that volley, half volley, after Mings headed down over the bar. But he put away what turned out to be the one chance that mattered. And England win 1-0. Let's have a look at your comments in the chat. Oh, my poor heart, I bet. Loving it. Getting England. Good win. Phillips, man of the match. Well done, England. Great result. Phillips, outstanding. And Trippier, decent. Is it really the first opening game we've won in the Euros? Never win the opening game, do we? Brilliant stuff. Well done. Good starter for England. Thanks, Ben. Better than the telly. You are very, very welcome. Oof. I'm going to go and calm down now. We're going to be back at 7:45 for Netherlands v Ukraine, where I can be a bit more of a dispassionate observer. Thank you, everybody, for joining me. England off to a winning start. England 1, Croatia 0. And it is a big, lovely over and out from me. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please hit the like button to see more videos from this channel. Hit the subscribe button and to be notified every time we upload. Ring the bell for those notifications to come through on your device. If you really want to support the channel and me as a content creator, I will be eternally grateful if you head over to the merch store and grab something, or support over on Patreon, patreon.com/Benjamin Bloom. Thank you for your time. Go and watch another video.